Okay, so general information about the personalities that present themselves through this body. I'm not always the same personality. I have many characters that I play, and I don't choose which character I'm going to play at any one particular moment. It is I usually say it's the muse that decides what's going to happen. A book that I wrote, a channeled book that I use muscle testing to get the words for, said that everyone is like this. We are scripted as to what we say, and we're also scripted as to what we feel and what the responses are that we get. And so when I'm presenting words or doing a talk, it's some of the extraterrestrials talk about how humans in 3D have distortions. And each one of my characters is, I don't want to say a distortion, but I think it is distortion. I think every time you use words, anything that's not pure silence, words are always a distortion of truth. The truth is closer in silence than it is using words. Because as soon as you describe something in words, it's this, and then you say it's not that. And it is. Everything is what you described in words, plus everything that you said it wasn't. Everything is. But for human communications, we have to take a personality view to present our information. Otherwise, we'd all be sitting around in silence, which is fine. But, after a certain amount of silence, we're prompted to speak in words. But you have to understand that there's the words and the context of the words as they're presented. If I'm going to skip over a little bit, I tend to do this. We're going to talk about Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. Some people say it's a phony baloney church. I'm not going to get into that. I want to talk to you about what L. Ron Hubbard in Scientology calls reactive mind. Reactive mind is quite a lot like cognitive dissonance. It's the feeling like I've got something in my head, some ideas, or maybe it's in my own subconscious, and the new information is coming, and it is disturbing the existing information that I've got in my head. I can, with reactive mind, take it as a personal attack on me and the rigid intellectual opinions that I have adopted as mine. If you're in 5D, you don't invest in rigid intellectual opinions as being yours. You can pick up a rigid intellectual opinion and present it as something to be considered. But it's not something that you own. It's not something that you say, this is my exclusive opinion on this topic, and I'm never going to change it. If you think that each one of these opinions, intellectual opinions, are thought forms, and thought forms are floating around in the environment, and if your brain receives a thought form and you're given to speak about the thought form, it's wrong in 5D to say, because I'm talking about this thought form, it's my thought form. It's the whole thing with when I talk about 3D. 3D is all about patenting ideas, copywriting ideas, or songs, so that I can make money off of them because they're mine, 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 mine. And 5D, we realize thought forms are not anything that belongs to anybody. They're just simply in our environment. Some people call thought forms something from source fields. There's a lot of different words and terminologies, but they are just things you can connect to. You can connect to source at a certain vibration. You can connect to a thought form. If you're of higher consciousness, you can take in what you're given by the thought form and present the thought form as it is. And you can also give an explanatory note of how you see the thought form. Thought forms are this is inner silence. So I'm going to give you another one to review. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. One of those agreements is don't take things personally. So if you have a reactive mind and you're reacting to something I say and you're saying, I feel like you're gaslighting me. My intuition tells me that you've got a hidden agenda. It means you're taking something personally. And that's okay if you realize that you are playing the part of your personality. And your personality is acting as if it's butthurt over something that you've heard. Sometimes that happens for me, for my personalities. It's given to me that I should feel like I'm under attack. And sometimes I physically feel like I'm under attack by humans. Last week, I was at the bar, and someone who I had a really weird vibe feeling about, not in a good way, gave me a shove. I did take this as a personal attack, that this person was dangerous. And I told this person that if they did it again, I was going to deck them. I have no doubt that if that person came at me, I would have probably punched him in the solar plexus and knocked him to the ground. I'm not a boxer. I'm not a wrestler. But I know that I don't run this body. This body is run by some other aspect of consciousness. And I let this body drive where it wants to go, and I watch it. I am the awareness of this body, and this body does what it does. It comes about from a long time process of me letting go of the reins of control on this body as a spiritual pursuit. So if I feel like I'm under attack from, if I feel energies, if I feel energies that are unpleasant, then me as an alchemist, I feel the energy. I feel the energy. I know it's unpleasant, and I wait for the energy to be transmuted. Sometimes I do some deep breathing, but I follow the energy until the negativity in the energy is dissipated and gone. I'm very sensitive to energies. I've been very sensitive to energies ever since I took Reiki 15 years ago. Very sensitive to energy. I'm totally aware of energies and whether an energy is attached to a person or if it's a general energy in the air or the energy has come from something I've watched on YouTube or television, or if I'm out for a walk and I get a weird idea in my head about someone that's living on the other side of North America at that time, and I get a weird feeling, I breathe and I feel it. Do I gaslight people? I could appear to be sometimes. Why would my personality gaslight someone? Primarily, it is a hard to put my finger on it reason. A lot of energy I'm feeling right now. A lot of energy. Like energy around this topic, gaslighting. There's a lot of energy to be transmuted. I'm feeling it in my body. I mean, when I'm quiet, but I'm feeling energy related to this topic. It feels like a strong pressure on my chest and somewhat in my head, but it's here and it's here. Strong energy. And this is what I do when I get these energies. I primarily go really quiet, feel the energy, breathe, and continue. I'm not getting any thoughts about this energy. I'm inner quiet. It's totally quiet in here. I'm getting almost heart palpitations in here with this energy. It's even more like I can feel the heart kind of going boom, 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 boom. Sometimes, if I'm having a really hard time with the energy, if it seems like it's just going on and it's really disturbing energy, I'll step out of the character that I am. And pretty much all the time to other people, I appear as a character. Um, I have different egos that I present to people in different places, whether they're family or they're people that I know from the bar. I've got even, when I'm at the bar and I'm doing karaoke, I've got stage names that I sing under, just because I was given to be that by creativity. But if I am entrapped by a certain energy and I can't get out of it, and maybe there's a lot of thoughts that are running through my head with this energy and the character that I'm doing, uh, a really good escape from this situation. And sometimes, the energy it's got a real strong anxiety around it. I'll step out of the character that I'm playing and I'll do what I'm going to call being the actor. So instead of identifying with the character that I'm portraying to other people, whether I'm out at the bar or in the shopping mall or at home, I'll step out of that character and I'll be the actor. And an actor can play many different characters, many different personalities. And the advantage of becoming the actor is that you are a blank slate. And the energies that feel like an attack on one of my ego personalities, when I'm the actor, those anxiety issues that that particular ego has with that energy really drop off when I become the actor. And the actor is really now, really present here. And the energies that are feeling anxiety causing in one of the characters, they have to do with story. And stories are about the past, the present, and the future. And most 3D stories here on the planet, or pretty much all the 3D stories on the planet, are about regrets over the past, like I wish I could go back and change something in the past, or they are worry about the future. So they're always dealing with the past, which you can't change, and the future that hasn't happened yet. And the anxiety about the future, there's always anxiety that's coming up about some future event. It's not here, but which means it's in mind. It's in mind, but it's not manifesting in your present. It's just a worry about one timeline. And the regrets are about the past. It's like, I should. It's always about a should. I should have done this. I should have done that. Should is a stupid word. You can't go back and re-should everything that's happened to your body when it's playing either one character all the time or a multitude of characters on the past. I should have done this, should have done that. Um, it doesn't work in 5D because there's no shoulding of the past. The past is what happened. And there's no need to get emotionally worried about it or emotionally exasperated about it. But sometimes my characters do feel those emotions. 5D is totally like right now. And right now it's this book, The Power of Now. It's right now. There is no past and there is no future. And if I'm the actor and I'm totally now, um, the stories are simply stories that I can pick up as a script and I can do, or I could drop them and I can go into a deep meditation. So the question for all the viewers of this video is, are you playing an ego personality?